Late last night, I got home from VidCon, and while I didn't take anywhere near the amount of video I had planned to, I am full of inspiration and thoughts that I want to share with you. One thing that I cannot ignore is that being surrounded by so many unique and brilliant content creators for a few days fills me with energy to create content. And even in this case, where I didn't give myself a whole lot of visual content to work with, I hope that my squeaky, scratchy post-con voice can still convey just how wonderful these last few days were for me. Links to all pertinent things that I mentioned can be found in the video description. I arrived in Anaheim, California on Thursday afternoon with an inability to check into my hotel room early, so I got dressed and cleaned up in a public bathroom and headed out to the festival stage with my luggage, guitar, and husband in tow. I had auditioned for the opportunity to perform a song at the open mic, which I especially enjoyed. The other musicians waiting backstage included Chad Neat, Losing Lara, Casey, Francis Gabrielle, and my friend Kirsten Hippie, and they were all really talented and nice and friendly. I was so happy and excited to share a stage with all of them, and the audience was so engaged and enthusiastic about seeing all of these great musicians. After I found out that I'd be playing at the open mic, VidCon asked me if I'd also like to play a set at the festival at night, so that was really awesome, and I was so excited to get to play some more songs. So later that night, I opened a show that also featured Julia Nunes, who has been one of my favorite YouTube musicians for quite a few years now. Most of the audience appeared to be there for the performer after me, but they listened and were polite, and it was so nice to see a few familiar faces cheering me on out there. After both of my performances on Thursday and speaking at a crafting and DIY panel on Friday, I was able to spend the rest of the conference going to panels and meetups and hanging out with my friends. I decided not to sell my handmade plush toys and music this time so I could really enjoy the conference and spend time with people. I also met a whole bunch of you guys, and everyone was so nice and kind and thoughtful, so thank you for saying hello, introducing yourselves, and sending me the pictures we took together on Twitter. At this VidCon in particular, I spent a lot of time talking about creating video content with other creators. I find it really refreshing and interesting that each of us has our own approach to making videos and running our own channels. I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoy YouTube so much, both creating for it and watching the videos that other people make. There really is no wrong way to make a video. You can just do what makes you happiest, and the people who like that sort of thing can find you. For some of us, it's less about finding lots of viewers and more about finding your kind of people, the ones who understand you and appreciate what you choose to make. I had a really great time at this conference, and it really fulfilled everything I had hoped it would be, but I know that wasn't the case for everyone. I found myself having late-night conversations with my friends and hearing brilliant speakers and meeting new people and feeling so full of love for this community, but I can't ignore the darker elements of celebrity worship that exist here now. I'm seeing a lot of disheartened people who are unhappy with what the conference has become and its change in focus to signings with popular YouTubers, and safety was a big issue this year, both for creators and viewers, and I recommend checking out the video that Tyrannosaurus Lex made about that. As VidCon grows and changes, I think it's important to remember that VidCon is what you make of it. There are still so many creators who attend to connect with people and discuss the platform they've grown to love, and there are all kinds of things for us to do at this conference and ways for us to find each other. The Women on YouTube panel, for example, was one of my favorite parts of VidCon this year. I met a lot of creators of all sizes before and after panels and at meetups and around the conference center. At this conference, I kind of felt lucky to not be massively well known on this website because it was totally possible for me to walk around and participate without feeling unsafe. Everyone who came up to say hello was totally respectful, and those interactions were spread out enough that I never felt overwhelmed. But I know that wasn't possible for everyone who was there to be a part of the event and see their friends, and that made me a little bit sad. I hope that next year people will have a lot more concern for the safety of others. In general, I think that the attendees make the conference what it is, and I hope that those of us who value the community aspect of VidCon and are interested in more than just an autograph and a selfie with someone famous will continue to attend. There is still so much here for us. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.